Welcome to Mycoworks Talks. I'm your host, Xavier Gallego, VP of Brand and Marketing, and I'm delighted to take you with me on our journey to grow the future of materials. Thank you for tuning in. Today, we have a special guest, Daniella Pineda, actress, writer, producer, and environmental activist. We found out that she bought a Nick Fouquet hat made with Fine Mycelium, and she's here to tell us all about it, like everything that she thinks about our material, our personal projects, a little bit of chat on like sustainability. Stay tuned because it's a really fun chat. Hi, I am here today with Daniella Pineda, actress, producer, writer, like everything.
All
you
the
do
things.
everything.
Yeah.
We're really excited to have you. You're the first person that doesn't work at Mycoworks that can come by and wants to talk to us. So thank you for being here.
That's very exciting. I'm very, very happy to be here.
We are more than you for sure. So normally to the rest of the folks, I ask the same question. I hope that I can ask it to you. When was the first time that you heard the word mycelium?
I think it was recently. I'm sure I probably heard it in a biology class at some point, but when I started to really consider it, I would say is in the last 5 years is when I heard of the word, and then was pleasantly surprised. I knew what it was by the time I found your company.
Here we go.
So that's good.
You've been educated already.
Yeah, and if you told me mushrooms, obviously very familiar, but mycelium, no, that was a newer concept to me.
Nice. Yeah, well, it's a new concept for a lot of folks, so it's good to have you here and be able to educate everybody around it.
Yeah.
But the reason why you're here is because you got one of the first bucket hats from Nick Fouquet.
Yes, Nick Fouquet.
Yeah, and why you're so attracted to these new materials in our product or something made with Fine Mycelium?
Yeah, I've been on the hunt for alternative, sustainable textiles for a while now. I was trying to veer away from leather. And then when I got into vegan leather, I found so much of it was, cut with all kinds of other toxic stuff. And so when I saw that there was a textile made of mycelium, that just seemed really exciting to me because the possibilities of what that could turn into and what that could be. I mean, it's kind of endless. And also it's like, is this textile alive?
It was.
But it's, I don't know.
Point.
It was the idea was just, I was really excited by it.
Yeah, that's super. It excites me too, like to believe that this is being grown instead of, killed and manufactured. It's like it grows into the shape that you want it to be. Like that's what makes it unique.
Yeah.
So yeah, like now you have the hat. Did you wear it? Or you keeping it like in a pedestal and just looking at it?
I'm keeping it in a pedestal for now, and I'm waiting for the right moment because it's so special, and I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to lose it, so I'm waiting for that right moment to bust it out. Probably like at an event.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, what's coming next in your agenda?
I have a movie coming out in January.
Here we go.
Called Plane.
Plane.
Not airplane, not the plane. But just plain.
Plain.
Just plain.
Plain alone.
But not Plain, Plane.
Wow, I'm terrible at spelling, so you might use your pen and then write it down. So cool. It's not the one that you promoted now? It's like...
Yeah, it is. So it's starring Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
And I play Bonnie, the head flight attendant on an international flight coming out of Singapore that crash lands on an island. And that island gets overtaken by pirates.
Oh my God.
Calamity ensues. But Gerard Butler saves
promising,
the day.
Promising storyline, to be honest.
Yeah.
And everybody survives on that plane?
Yeah, everybody survives.
See, in that island, if you had Fine Mycelium platform, you'll be able to grow your own things, So you'll be able to survive easily.
It's true.
And where are the pirates coming from?
So the island is supposed to be somewhere in the Philippines.
Okay.
And so nondescript local pirates take over. Yeah. It's
ambiguous.
It's going to be a pretty fun movie, actually. Shooting it was like real life Tropic Thunder. It was pretty wild. We shot it in Puerto Rico, and it's got like an old school 90s action vibe to it. And a lot of people are responding well to the trailer, and it tested really well for test audiences.
Nice.
So Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. But yeah, I get to
looking forward to watch it. I'm always like on the hunt for new content and comedies or action movies. I bet it's gonna be a good one. And you've been in many movies, right? Like Jurassic Park is one of the recent ones.
Yeah, Jurassic World. I was in 2 and 3 of the new franchise, which was super fun.
You have your own show, or you're part of the show on Netflix with the two co-stars. Like
Cowboy Bebop.
yeah, that was fun.
It was good. It was good when it lasted for the solid 2 seconds that it was.
You look really like a badass.
Oh,
in that
thank
one.
you.
Yeah, that
I
was good.
appreciate that. That's fun.
And then you also like produce your own movies, write your own movies.
Yeah, I just produced a film that we shot last year in Cincinnati called In Town, which is a comedy, which I'm so excited about. It's totally funded by me, my partner, and a third producer named Shane Johnston. And that film is about 2 musicians who had a band, like a really big band back in like 2012, like circa like MGMT, like that kind of era.
Oh, yeah, prime time.
Yeah. And so they had a big band back in the day. They broke up. One of them hit it big, continued to hit it big, and the other one kind of like went down a QAnon hole. And then you end up finding out that oh wait, am I going to give away this movie?
No, don't.
Okay, never mind.
Don't say
one of
too
them
much.
goes down a QAnon hole. That's all I'm going to say.
But it's filmed already.
We shot it.
So it's post-production now?
Yeah, we're almost, I'd say we're still editing, but we're almost done. And it's so funny. It's like actually funny. Thank God. So that's good. And we got,
cool.
we found actors like locally, like someone messaged. So the
Someone
writer
from Cincinnati?
Yeah. So the writer director, my partner, Andre Highland, and someone wrote him like on Instagram, this woman, she was like, I'm 60 years old. I don't have any teeth. Can I be in your movie? And he was like, can you get here in 20 minutes? And so she's in the movie. Like we found a lot of locals, a lot of gems.
Oh, so awesome.
Yeah.
And when do you think it's going to be available to?
We're shooting for the festival circuit.
Okay.
So we're going to do that first and then see where it goes.
Yeah. Good luck or no luck. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I just whatever happens.
I hope it arrives to a lot of people.
Yeah, me too.
And makes people happy, which that's the whole goal.
And I hope I get my money back.
That's fair. I bet that you're doing it for something else, right?
Well, we're doing it because we love it. And comedies are, I grew up in the 90s, and in the 90s, comedy was king. Like I grew up going to the movie theaters Friday, Saturday, you go to the movies, and most of the time they were big comedies, and it's just not like that anymore. So, the things that I would like to make are just stuff that I grew up watching, funny stuff.
We need more of that.
Yeah. Tell me about it, especially now.
Yeah. It's just like too deep, too quick.
Oh, tell me about it. It's like lighten up.
So you're doing all of that, and you are an advocate on sustainability, and you go to summits and talk, and like, how do you keep that balance? Like how you do everything?
Well, I wish I could do more. I always wish I had more time and more arms. And, sometimes I wish I could avatar and have like 4 people just like me, just all doing the separate little things, but I just one body, unfortunately. We haven't developed the technology yet to multiply me. So I, when I'm not doing movie stuff, I've taken a vested interest in everything sustainability for obvious reasons because the world's ending. So, doing everything we can to maybe skirt by that a little bit. And I found your company, which was totally in the vein of what I support, what I believe in, and, where I think this sort of new world, new attitude is headed.
Wow. What was the first reaction when you saw MycoWorks? Or
the very first video I believe that I saw was on Instagram, and it was of your founder and CEO holding up.
Oh, yeah. That's 2016.
Yes, it was holding up that
cowhide size.
And she showed like this is what it
mycelium
was,
and
now this has grown to this. And it's made out of mushroom, and it looked beautiful, and she looked beautiful, and I was like, "What is this? What is this? Who? Where are they?" And then I found out that they're from here, my hometown.
Here we go.
In the Bay Area, Oakland, Emeryville, and I was like, "What? This is crazy! I have to know more about this." And then I nerded out, and here we are.
Nice. We're glad to host you. We'll show you around. No worries.
Yeah.
But I remember that moment. That was pretty epic. And we had a few more moments like that, but still far from reaching out the large audience, like the mainstream audience.
I think it's happening. I think people are just now starting to catch on to this stuff in a more mainstream way. Yeah.
I hope so. That's what we're trying.
Yeah.
See? That
100%.
our job is trying to bridge the gap between the science and the people. So you grew up around here. Was it always weird? Was it always
always weird
things happening that you don't know how to explain them?
Well, I think it was a really special place to grow up in because it has a lot of character. It was a little edgy in the 90s. Now it's a little edgy now. But also such a brilliant mix of people, really, really smart people. So I was always thankful to be in a community of very, very intelligent, forward-thinking people. Tech certainly changed a lot of stuff, but I also think that like biotech and sustainability and all these wonderful things, I mean, there's probably not a huge coincidence as to why this company is here. But yeah, it's always been weird, man. Berkeley, Oakland's, it's got characters. I wrote a pilot script for a show about Berkeley, Oakland in the late 90s, but we'll see where it goes.
If you need like a middle-aged man, I'm game.
Hey, we might.
I can be bilingual character.
We just need to put a couple little dreads and beads in your hair, and you'll be ready to go.
Oh my God, that would be super fun. But it's good to have you here. It's good that you get to know MycoWorks. But if you could explain to your family, like the way I have to do it, explaining why this is important, like what are we doing here, like the big idea of biotech. How do you explain this type of more complex technologies?
Yeah, there's so many different angles. I can tell you how I got roped into sustainability and the idea of sustainability. I think my angle in all of this is very much cradle to cradle. So Kevin McDonough, who's a genius, wrote a book called Cradle to Cradle about changing this entire industry. So instead of a take, make, waste, you eliminate the waste component of that and you keep things in circulation. And if you can't do that, then you need to make something that doesn't harm the earth on its way out. If it decomposes in some way, it's also not toxic for the earth. So I think that this company fits into that for me. And there needs to be more of that because the way that we've been doing things and animal agriculture, all that stuff is so harmful and wrecks the earth. And we kind of don't have a choice, right? Like we need to make the switch. And this company is part of that switch. I don't know. I feel like that's really important. And I hope everyone starts to get hip to that.
Well, it's good to hear, like we wake up every morning trying to work for it.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
And it looks pretty and it feels good.
Yeah. That's actually like the approach that we wanted since day one. Like we, as a company, we didn't want to talk about sustainability. We just wanted to do the best thing possible.
Yeah.
Right? Like we wanted to give you the best product possible, not only for the world or the earth, for you.
Yeah.
Like you touch it, you feel it, Yeah. And that's good to see that it's arriving, that you the people can see that, they can feel it. So that's exciting to see.
There's a lot of, in my business, celebrities, I'm not a celebrity, but like actors who, endorse something or who start their own businesses. Yes, that's all well and fun, but if you're making a cosmetic line, if you have a clothing brand and you're doing business as usual stuff, there is nothing exciting or interesting to me about that. It's not innovative. It's not where we should be headed. Yes, the old way brought people, I'm not totally hating on the old way, it's the way it is now, but it brought people a lot of wealth. It uprooted a lot of people out of poverty, and that's a good thing. But nowadays, like, we need to switch it up. So, in trying to find my place in all of this, maybe someday I'll start my own thing or collaborate with someone, but I only want to, for the time being, attach myself to companies who have the future in mind.
Yeah, you were just saying it. Like I was about to ask you about, like, how do you see yourself in 5-10 years? Because you're playing with things already that not many people are playing with or caring about, and it seems like you're really attached to it. So do you see yourself like actually creating a company like it, or products with it, or how do you see yourself?
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I'm really taking my time. I more want to understand what excites me. I want to understand the landscape of all of this. I'm not trying to rush anything. I want to be educated, and so before I think about, what's my piece of the pie, it's more like I'd rather just support and understand the companies that are already doing it, and then try to get the public, hey, check this out. This is pretty cool.
Very honest of you.
At the end of the day, it's more about redirecting consumer behavior and consumer trends for good, as opposed to, hey, buy this.
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, and buying is the problem, basically, and we just want to do. If you're going to buy better,
buy right, because we're consumers. That's just, it's part of our culture. So if you're going to do that, try to do good. Yeah.
100%. Wow. Well, you will be excited because we are launching a bunch of products, not us, like different companies at the end of the year. So you will see that, and hopefully you can, pursue your hunt and finding more pieces that you like, and looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Before we finish, though,
you can't announce what some of those things are.
No, but what I can say is that there's a variety of things.
Yeah.
And a lot of them. And we are really excited as a company because this is like the beginning of a fireworks effect where, what we want is for this to be normal.
Yes.
And that's the way that it looks like. When you start launching multiple things, what we want is for folks to go on the street and don't question what is it made. It's like you just buy it because it's an option.
Right.
It's a choice that you that is available. Right now, it's really hard to make products made of mycelium or fine mycelium available because it's really difficult.
Yeah.
So we're excited for that first step of like variety of products, different brands, and it's going to be fun. So you will see. I cannot tell you, but
soon enough.
Soon enough. I'll show you off the record so you can see. That'll be fun. What I want to talk about is, and you already mentioned it a little bit with that book that you quoted before, but I want to hear, and one of the questions that we ask here with all the professionals that work on MycoWorks, and hopefully I can ask that question to people outside, is what sustainability means to you. And the reason why I want to ask is because everybody has a different answer.
Yeah.
And everybody's right.
Yeah.
So I want to hear, what does it mean to you?
Sustainability to me, I see an image, which is a circle that just keeps going.
Should I close my eyes while you say
that? Yeah. All right, everyone, close your eyes and imagine a circle.
Here we go.
A green circle. And there's no beginning and there's no end. It just keeps on a loop over and over. There's nothing that disrupts the circle. It just keeps going, and it's healthy and wonderful for everyone. And that's what I think of as sustainability.
Nice. It can work for a description and also to go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's both.
I should get on a sleep
Headspace
ASMR podcast.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. I hope that I can invite you soon to talk about like any project that you have and to share more products with you and to have fun. Thank you so much for being an advocate and to help not only us, I know that you've been doing projects for other companies. So thank you so much to everything that you do for like the biotech world, like the new materials, sustainability, and keep it up because we really salute you from the sidelines. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Yay.
Yay.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone, for listening to this episode. We hope you enjoyed as much as I did hosting it. We are thrilled to have you with us in our journey. So if you want to learn more, please follow our Instagram page at MycoWorks for our latest news and more. This episode is being produced by Maddie Nathans, sound editing by Corny Ballardo, content editing by Chantal Otto.